Hey everyone, and welcome to this brand new episode of the Crypto Intel. In today's episode, we're going to be checking out the Ellipsis, and I'm currently actually staking it because it's booming, as you can see right now. I really like that. I staked it at about 1.10. Well, actually, I did at 1.7, flipped it at 1.10. So I got myself a nice little 30 bucks right there. Yeah, it's a small flip, still really easy to make. And I will show you how to do these flips in further videos. So if you want me to show you how I do that, please be sure to subscribe to this channel because I will be releasing the episodes rather sooner than later. It's just that I need to arrange a bunch of content for you so that it's really easy to understand. But definitely I do anywhere from 30 to 40 flips per day. So I make way more money than just holding a coin. Every flip gets me anywhere from 1% to like 2%. So if I do 30 to 40 flips, you can understand rather easily that I do approximately 30 to 40% in a day's worth of flips. So there's definitely, a lot of traps to flipping, and you have to be really careful. You got to use the right tools. Currently we're just checking out how the Ellipsis is faring because it's doing rather well. It's following this beautiful path of growth that is extremely bullish, and it's just accelerating as it seems. So soon it might be getting to a very hot boiling point. So it's been testing its new limits at $1.13. It's a huge increase in the past days. Just in the past 24 hours, it gained 50%. So it will be bouncing off and on the bullish path for quite a while, as you can clearly see here. So basically, I will be, flipping it maybe in the video while I'm talking about it. So we'll have a look at how it's faring in real time, and maybe it will give you an understanding on how the flips actually work. At least an intro would be a great idea for you guys. So if you're a holder of the EPS and you got in, rather early this week, congrats. You're currently doing really well in your value. So the past 24-hour value for this coin has been almost $50 million, which is huge, right? On Binance, it's not that big. You have coins that have better tradings than that. But this coin is set to explode in the coming days. I'm currently sitting on the daily pipe, and as you can see, the next few days are probably going to be testing the market for the previous support levels. So there's this one right here, and there's this one right here. So we're looking at approximately, $2 and the 3.7 mark, which is 2x. It's also, the 3.5, 3.6x mark. That might be a maximum. But who knows, right? Like if the Bitcoin is stable, it can reach way higher than that. Although we have to be extremely careful because, it's currently booming. Because the simple fact is that a lot of people are currently staking it. So tons of people like me are sitting and wanting their profits. So be very careful because right here I couldn't even sell it at market price because people were trading it way too hardcore. It was just impossible to do anything. But yeah, right now, as you can see, it's pumping and pumping. So it's great for those that are holding it, and for those that are flipping it like me. So I will be dumping it in just a second in order to gain it at a lower price. All right, yeah. The way I do it actually is I have my smartphone, and on the smartphone, the app is way easier to use because you just tap a button. You don't have to be looking at multiple buttons here at the bottom because it's a little bit hard because you got the market and the limit. You have to switch between them. Anyways, like I'm not even ready to make a sale because this thing is gonna bust through the $1.13 mark. So yeah, for those of you out there that are just holding it, it's great to have it on your wallet, but I'd rather teach you how to flip it because you're gonna make way more money than just looking at it. Of course, it's riskier when you're flipping it. So remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so be sure to do your own research. and your own decisions, there you go, just has broken the previous support level at 114. So now people are gonna, fight for it. You can see the fight going on. There's the fight. So they're like unsure where it's gonna hit. And this is the interesting part. Like you can clearly see what's going on right here. As you can see, people are selling, mostly selling than buying right now. It's okay. Like you just gotta let them agree on a price, and it's gonna probably drop to anywhere from like, $1.17 up to 114, and then it's gonna be breaking another record, all-time high for the past few days, and then again, it's probably gonna moon. So this is why I'm holding on to it right now. So yeah, again, be very careful, because like there's a lot of people that are currently selling. So it's a dangerous time to get in right now, but I get in because I like danger, and I do, agree to my losses if any will happen right here. Though, you can see that we're swerving up and down on this crazy path. So me, I think that it will be, pumping just a little bit more. I'm gonna probably, 1 second. Yeah, this line right here is a beautiful rocket ship line. So yeah, making decisions when you're doing trades, it's a little bit hardcore, because you gotta, you gotta look at a lot of different factors. Like me, I'm always checking out what's the volume right here compared to the volume right here. So if there's a lot of people that enter the game, I just need to understand, is there more sales or is there more purchases? So if there are purchases, like if there's a lot of sales going on, it's a signal to buy. If there's a lot of purchasers, then they're hungry for profit. So wait a bit for the other ones to sell before you jump in. Unless, of course, like you're on the bearish slump, it's a whole different story. It's a little bit harder for people to agree on a bearish slump. Well, at this point, it's in a bullish run, so people tend to buy way more. As you can see here, the green transactions represent the purchase orders, and the red transactions represent the sell orders. And you can see them right here also. This is the sell book, and this is the buy book. And people are just, doing their thing in the market. There you go. It has just passed the previous bump, so good thing I didn't sell. People are selling right now, but I wouldn't sell. Because it's extremely bearish. It will probably hit a huge pipe very soon, like in a few minutes. It will be probably hitting the 20 and then the 30, so huge gains for the bulls out there. Like me right now, I'm being a bull. So I've gained approximately already 5%. So yeah, they're trading, trying to get their money out. You see, this is what I was talking about in multiple videos that I've created previously. Just in 1 minute, half of these people sold. So you can see here the guys that entered. Boom, this is a huge sales candle. So too bad for them. They're gonna be ripping their hair up and getting their money back in at a loss, unfortunately for them. It's going to be bouncing off. This is my prediction, but it's difficult to predict. So yeah, guys, basically I'm just gonna do a quick summary. So I definitely think that this coin has a lot of potential. It's probably going to be booming until the 3x mark, as I've previously said, and we're looking at approximately it hitting the $3 mark. Possibly if the Bitcoin is actually going to be faring well. If the Bitcoin is going to die, it's of course another story. But right now, the Bitcoin is seeing a very, very good run. So here, by the way, it's kind of dangerous because we do see a disagreement between the rise. You can clearly see that the people aren't as enthusiastic over here as they were over here. What do I mean by that? Well, look, the traders see their signals are here. You can clearly see what's going on. They're unsure for a longer period of time for a higher price variation. Here it was a smaller period of time for a smaller price variation. So this basically means that we're coming to an end of the pipe. So it's a possibly good idea to sell it, but I'll wait just a bit for it to hit the hours all-time high a few more time, and at that point I will be making a sell. But you know, this is definitely a very introductory video to how I flip. Like, I will go into a lot of details in the flipping so that you understand all of the metrics. So definitely be sure to sign up for Crypto Intel, and you'll be getting really cool updates regarding, of course, the Ellipsis, if you're holding on to this coin, or if you're flipping this one, or any other coins that I will be reviewing, and also other really cool crypto news that I'm sure that you wouldn't want to miss out on. So today, in the past 24 hours, already $51 million flipped on the Ellipsis. As you can see, it has gained 62% over the past 24 hours. Of course, not all coins get through this. Yeah, so let me just do a quick flip right now because it is currently hitting an all-time high. So I'll be going to my app, and in the app, I'll bump into the trading section and I'll go into sell, market 100%. And I'll be just waiting for the sell. I'm not sure if I want to sell it. And, you know, sometimes you can't even sell. Like, you press sell and it says you don't have sufficient funds. At that point, if you really want to sell, you better hit, there you go, I just sold. And it says insufficient funds. But I do have the funds. It's just that you have to sell a little bit less in order for it to go through. Like, you can sell, for example, 75% and then 100%. It goes through really easily. There you go. So I sold and I sold. There you go. So I just sold all of my ellipses in this third flip today. I'll be waiting for it to drop because it will probably be hitting an agreement point very soon. You can clearly see that it already has tested its agreement spot at the top 3 times, so it's time to fall. And how do I know that? Well, if I unzoom for the hour, you can clearly see this is a pipe. So it's going to be falling. So, you know, I traded at the top right here at 1.13. I did my flip. It's probably going to be falling to this zone right here next. So we're looking at the dollar mark in a couple of hours. Probably, you know, 3 hours, 2 hours. And you can see the direction of it change. Now, of course, if you see that it, you know, keeps on pumping, you can flip back into a loss and be in on the pump. Of course, that's a little bit dangerous when you do that. So yeah, definitely let's check it out as it keeps on being traded. You can clearly see there's not much activity going on in the past few seconds because traders don't want to do anything. They just wanted to follow this beautiful path that it has carved for itself right here. But if, you know, if it just tests itself at this cross point right here, if it just bottoms out here, people will be dumping it like crazy and it will go back to the 90-cent mark. This is always the case. It's like, there you go. So people are dumping it. It still is kind of, you know, bouncing off this bearish path that the traders had created for themselves. So still a good time to get it if you believe that this coin is going to blow up. But I think that the bears are in and they're going to be destroying the bulls right now. Still hard to tell. Extremely hard to tell because people, when they get excited, when they get up in the morning, you know, they do crazy things that are more emotion driven than logic driven. And that's normal. Trading is 90% about emotion and 10% about logic. That's why you see all of this going on. So as you can see, it's still bouncing off those walls. So I'm probably going to get back in. Just gonna wait a bit, and then I'm back in the market. So I just made a purchase, and I'll be flipping like that a few times. So okay, guys, in that case, we'll check in to the Ellipsis coin just a little bit later in the week to see how well it fared. So if you want to see me flip in the next episodes, let me know in the comments. Please let me know also what you think about this whole flipping thing, if you're a holder, or if you prefer to teach me how to do this. Or if you if you prefer me to teach you how to do this. All right, guys. See you guys in the next episode.